For years, the official records hinted at a period of precarious calm, a quiet understanding between empires that held for nearly 2 decades. But beneath that surface, something else entirely was unfolding, an unseen current of ambition that would violently rewrite the balance of power. By 1481, with Bayezid I's ascension, the Ottoman Empire was silently gathering force. The signs of this resurgence were undeniable, if not yet fully understood by its rivals. State annual revenues had doubled, and city populations swelled with an almost unnatural speed. This burgeoning prosperity, however, was merely a precursor, setting the stage for a brutal reckoning that would shatter the fragile peace. The initial breach came subtly. Venice, in 1482, opportunistically seized Zakynthos, a move that frayed the existing calm. Though a subsequent treaty in 1483 saw the Doge's tribute cancelled, securing a precarious truce, it was a calm built on shifting sand. As the century drew to a close, Bayezid I's provocations escalated beyond dispute. Ports were closed to Venetian grain merchants. Zeta was annexed, and most brazenly, a Christian pilgrim vessel was captured. Venice, now undeniably shaken, mobilized its fleet, stepping into a maelstrom it could not yet comprehend. What followed at the Battle of Zonchio in 1499 remains etched in the shadows of maritime history. It was a clash of titans on the open sea. A vast Ottoman fleet, numbering 260 ships and over 35,000 personnel, met the Venetian force of 95 ships and 25,000 personnel. The outcome defied expectation, a surprising Ottoman victory, but it was punctuated by a cataclysmic event. The accidental explosion of Burick Rees's Carrack, a devastating inferno that consumed both admirals, shattered Venetian cohesion and plunged their fleet into disarray. The truth of who truly controlled the seas was being violently rewritten in the smoke and fire, far from diplomatic negotiations. This victory at Zonchio was no isolated incident, merely the first domino. The year 1500 saw the strategic surrender of Lepanto, followed by devastating raids deep into Venetian territories. By 1501, the mighty strongholds of Modon and Coron, vital to control of the Mediterranean, had fallen, cementing Ottoman naval supremacy with brutal finality. Even a fragmented crusader fleet, attempting a siege of Mytilene on Lesbos in 1501, found no respite, scattered by a fierce storm. Their disastrous efforts underscored the new order. Venice, reeling from strained finances and irrecoverable losses, had no choice but to seek peace in 1502. The Second Ottoman-Venetian War, 1499 to 1502, thus concluded with a peace treaty in Constantinople, a brutal acknowledgement of a profoundly changed world. The Ottoman Empire, despite the loss of Cephalonia, had risen as a major naval power, securing vital strategic bases. This was the moment the balance of power shifted decisively in the Mediterranean. In that same pivotal year, far-reaching proposals were being considered, or perhaps deliberately ignored. Leonardo da Vinci's revolutionary design for a single-span stone bridge across the Golden Horn for Constantinople was ultimately rejected by Ottoman officials. Meanwhile, across the Black Sea, Crimean Khan Menli Garay defeated the Great Horde, claiming Khagan status and expanding Crimean authority, a move that would soon provoke Moscow. The pieces on the grand historical chessboard were rearranged, revealing a brutal truth about ambition, power, and the unseen currents that shape empires. What other visions, what other possibilities, were quietly set aside, the full implications of their rejection only truly understood centuries later?